You can't recycle peanut butter.
No.
Can't recycle peanut butter.
And that can really gunk up a machine.
Have you ever seen it gunk up a dog's mouth? Similar. It's very similar.
Similar.
Hi, I'm Christian. When I was a little kid, I joined Cub Scouts. And then I quit. And I'm not totally sure why I quit, and I've kind of always regretted that decision. So here's my idea. I want some adventure, but I can't become an official Boy Scout. So I'm gonna do it all on my own. I'm gonna do the entire curriculum of Scouts from Cub all the way up to Eagle in 1 year. It's called Old Scout. Welcome to Old Scout number 14, our one and only week of Webelos. So this is like this is where I left off my official scouting career when I was a little kid. Even though what I did as a Webelo and a Cub Scout was much different than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, totally different.
Because the curriculums are totally different.
Totally different, yeah.
Okay, what are some of the requirements for me to be a Webelo?
Number 1, you must be at least 10 and 1/2 years old.
Got it.
Just barely. Number 2,
I think it's fun that you have to be 10 and 1/2 years old.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 30 years and a quarter.
Sure. Okay. Number 2, you must be a Lion Cub Scout.
Here I am.
Which we are, yeah.
Lion Cub complete.
Show that you are ready to become a Boy Scout by choosing one of the following: a home service project, a den service project, or a pack or sponsoring institution project.
And so this we were throwing around ideas and
because you don't have like a pack or a den, so we thought home
project.
Yeah.
But we were like, let's learn about some stuff.
Yeah.
So you had an idea to do sort of like a recycling-based project that we've been working on this week.
Yes. And because we do recycle.
Right. But we haven't recycled as carefully as we should be.
Over-recycle.
Right.
We toss some things into the recycling that may or may not be recyclable.
Right. Which is problematic because it creates time that the workers have to take
Sort
stuff,
that out.
sort all of that out.
And sometimes it can damage machines.
Right.
Or it's like dangerous for the workers, so.
Right. So I think a good goal for this week is to just do a whole house audit of our trash and our recycling and our food waste and that sort of stuff, and find out what are the proper ways of disposing or dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Meeting adjourned?
Meeting adjourned.
Bye. Okay, so the first thing I think that we got to do is figure out like what is the obvious stuff that goes in the recycling bin that we put out by the curb. I love this part where I get to dig through the trash. Probably gonna wash my hands real good after this. It's so wet. Trash juice. What about bottle caps?
Recyclable.
Aluminum cans, right?
Yeah. Yeah, milk jugs are always
Milk jug,
recyclable.
once rinsed out.
That plastic is recyclable.
This had a fish in it.
Yeah, but I rinsed it.
Paper, 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 junk mail, bin.
Boom.
Okay. That's some clean recycling. So this was like the easy stuff, right?
Yeah,
This is
typical recycling.
Yeah, so this is like cardboard,
Yeah.
aluminum drink cans, plastic bottles.
Yeah, junk mail, metal tins, glass bottles and jars.
So that's just specific to Philly though.
Right, just depends on like different municipalities and what they decide to collect. most of them are just collecting the recycling, separating it, and selling it to different places.
Then the next sort of category is stuff that we kind of used to try to recycle curbside and isn't actually recyclable curbside.
Right.
But it is recyclable. Philadelphia does not
accept it.
Yes. Have you come to help? Or do you just smell trash and you're hungry? Okay, so this says number 2, high density polyethylene is like a milk jug.
Yes.
So this is curbside recycling then?
Not necessarily.
What?
Well, that's where it gets tricky.
The numbers just mean these don't mean anything. The numbers just mean this is a number that means nothing.
No. It's the
So the numbers do mean things.
Yes, the type of plastic that it is.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can or can't recycle it.
Right.
Manufacturers use these numbers to say that this is this material and it is technically a recyclable material.
It just means universally there is somebody in the world who recycles this number.
Or who can.
Right.
It is recyclable. Doesn't mean you can recycle it.
Because there's all these subgroups of the numbers.
Yeah.
And your municipality may say, well, these 2 subgroups of number 2, we do accept.
Yeah.
And we ship to a company that recycles them.
Yeah.
And we do accept one subgroup of this other number, but not the other 5 subgroups of that.
Sometimes it's not even a subgroup, it's just like a specific product.
Whoa. Cellophane, not obvious, have no idea where it goes.
What do you think?
What do I think?
What is
With
it?
these thingies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to talk about these thingies.
These thingies.
Which are
very specific scientific term.
Yes. Which is all of the little plastic bags that we go through. So there's grocery bags, there's the liners to cereal bags.
Remember those poppy things that you pop that come in an Amazon package that are like packs
pillows.
of air?
They're little pillows.
Kitty loves popping them.
He does. Perform, Kitty.
What about like a Ziploc bag?
A Ziploc bag, that's a type of like plastic bag.
So those are recyclable?
Yes. All of those types of baggy plastic, those are either like a number 2 or a number 4 or a number 5 type plastic. So they can be all over the place. But those are actually, you can almost never recycle them curbside.
Right, because municipalities do almost never accept those.
Yes. And they're not that commonly recycled because of that.
Right.
But almost every big grocery store, so like, for instance here, Fresh Grocer, Whole Foods, Mom's Organic Market, or if you're in Birmingham, Publix, you can take all of those types of baggy plastic and recycle there.
DuPont Tyvek.
Tyvek. I don't know, what is Tyvek?
Tyvek is made from plutonium and uranium and...
You're gonna die?
Yep, and red number 5. And it has a 2 HDPE. So I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, that's a number 2.
Number 2.
High density
polyethylene. Duh. So that goes in here.
No.
What?
No, because it's a bag. If it's a thin bag type
so
of
that
plastic,
goes in here.
Yeah.
Spend half my life peeling packaging tape from plastic mailers that Julie gets from eBay.com. So like plastic CVS, bodega, grocery store bags.
Yep.
So I think I have some understanding of what to do with plastic bags, how to recycle them. Mm-hmm. What are other tricky things?
Well, plastic bags that aren't just plastic. So plastic bags that are plastic on the outside and like maybe coated with metal on the inside.
Okay.
Like a chip bag or like Cliff Bars. Some are just regular plastic, but some have that like shiny inside. So those are tricky because they don't usually go with grocery bags.
Right.
They have to be recycled differently because you have to separate the materials before they can be recycled.
Right.
Another tricky thing that we have found is shoes, because we both wear our shoes until they are dead. Like we don't usually give away shoes that still have life in them.
Right.
And I always feel guilty just putting them in the trash, but you can recycle them.
But you can't donate them because they're
You
like
can't
full
donate
of holes.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to wear those.
Like the sole's half gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you do with shoes that are filled with holes?
In Philly, we take them to Mom's.
Here I am at Mom's Organic Market to recycle some plastics and old shoes and stuff. So another weird thing is like when I use up a stick of deodorant,
Yeah.
what do I do with that?
Yeah. That's tricky because you can't put those curbside generally because they are different parts. But there is a company called TerraCycle that has these essentially free programs that are sponsored by different brands. You can basically collect all of your toiletries, so your deodorant, shampoo bottles, makeup things, anything that you use up. You can collect all of those and send them in, and then you can also do it. There's a program for like dental care, so floss containers,
Right.
toothpaste containers, toothbrushes,
Right.
so that your toothbrushes don't just go in a landfill. And then they even have them for solo cups, because solo cups are not generally recyclable.
Which is weird because it feels like if you hold a solo cup, it seems like
the most recyclable
thing.
Yeah. Like this cup is pure plastic.
Right.
I should be able to recycle this.
Not true.
No. It's rare for curbside recycling to accept. Philly actually does accept it, but that's rare. So you have a big party and you use a bunch of these cups and you don't just want to like send a whole bag of cups to a landfill. TerraCycle has a program for free where you can recycle those.
So does that include plastic utensils?
No, those are almost never recyclable.
So just don't use those.
Yeah, try not to.
Which category is styrofoam?
Polystyrene, number 6.
So it's made of plastic?
Yeah, it's expanded plastic. It's like air plastic.
Whoa.
They puff it.
So that's not recyclable.
Definitely not. No.
Okay.
Don't ever buy styrofoam for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to, sometimes you get a
Sometimes
package
you gotta
and
go
it
to
comes.
Chick-fil-A.
Well, Chick-fil-A change your cups, but sometimes you get a package and it has styrofoam peanuts in it, and the only thing you can do is just take those to a UPS store and they'll take them back.
Yeah,
and they'll reuse
reuse
them. It's reusable, but it cannot be recycled.
Okay. So another tricky topic is all of the like unwanted old undonatable electronics.
Yes.
I confess that I have 3 laptops here, so I'm gonna try to sell those. And nope. So what do I do with those?
Take them to Best Buy.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. Every Best Buy in the country, you can just take your electronics to.
Old cords,
Yeah.
old DVD players.
Yeah.
I'm here at Best Buy to try to get all of these electronics recycled. So they wouldn't let me shoot in the store, but they took that entire bag of electronics. So they said that they're gonna strip it and reuse it for other stuff. That's good. I think it's just nice because it's an object that has so many mixed things in it. It has plastic and metal
yeah.
and mercury and all types of like hazardous stuff.
Yeah.
And they will take it and strip it down to its parts.
And like Best Buys are all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's very cool of them to allow that, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the next less tricky topic, and I suspect one of your favorite topics, is compost.
Yes. I'm very excited about compost. This is my favorite part. It's like a fort.
Have you cleaned off all the dirt that you think we need to clean off before we make a big dirt pile?
Yes, but it's a contained dirt pile. Whoa. Darn it.
So I have a hesitation about compost, and that is, I think it is going to smell bad.
Yeah.
Is it going to smell bad? And what steps are we going to take to keep it from smelling bad?
It shouldn't smell bad.
Okay. Quote, Julie, it should not smell bad.
It should not smell bad. It should smell like dirt.
Dirt doesn't stink.
Earthy.
That smells fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
It should not smell like rotting food.
Now what do we do?
Well, you just have to make sure that your ratios are right. So compost needs brown materials, carbon materials, and green materials.
So carbon materials are like
dead stuff.
bodies?
No.
Okay, so we put in some dead stuff like leaves.
Yeah. Paper. We can do shredded paper towels. We can use cotton balls, any bits of like cotton string, cat fur. Could put kitty's fur in there. Coffee grounds, which we have every day.
Yep. If I can remember to do
not,
that.
yeah. If you can remember to not dump them. We can put sawdust and wood chips, as long as it's not from pressure treated wood.
Yep.
Dead, like if you're like deadheading flowers, like
Then
garden stuff.
Then what's the other stuff?
So your nitrogen source is your kitchen scraps.
Okay.
So like when we're cooking and we have like
That's green stuff mostly, or like?
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
We're not gonna put in meat. We're not gonna put in milk.
Is that because it attracts too many critters?
Yeah, it's just harder to break down too. So.
And it feels like that would make it stink. Reese's Puffs with one single Reese's Puff in the bottom.
Well, you need to eat that Reese's Puff first.
Ew, no, I'm not eating it.
Why?
Because I think it was one that was like, I don't know. I don't like the look of it.
Okay, then put it in the landfill.
Well, what? I can't compost a Reese's Puff?
I guess so. Sure, one Reese's Puff into the compost. We don't have a compost bucket yet. Perfect.
Boom. Compost bucket. Temporary compost bucket. Dryer sheet. Reese's Puff.
Reese's Puff.
What about these chips?
They're really greasy. I don't know if
Are these recyclable?
No, definitely not recyclable.
Are they compostable?
We could compost that bag.
Well, then why couldn't you compost the tortillas?
I guess you can.
It grew.
But then it was processed into a chip.
With what? Vegetable oil?
Oh.
What is it? It's corn? Grease. Grease grew from the ground. Vegetable oil came from the ground. Peanut oil comes from the ground.
Yeah, but the reason you don't want greasy stuff in your compost is because it attracts bugs and critters.
So this should be wet stuff.
Yes.
Wet compost. This will be dry compost.
No, don't keep it in that basket. I want to put that basket up.
Where am I supposed to keep the dry compost then?
In a jar, probably.
A jar?
A big jar. Don't those feel cool?
No. It doesn't feel cool. Okay, here is the cooking refuse. Julie's cooking.
Yeah.
Just all the way.
Actually, well,
In
it's
our
probably better
compost.
to like rip up this paper towel.
In the freezer.
Putting in a dry-ish layer of leaves. It says we need a 4-inch layer of this, which seems like we got a while to go. We got a pretty good bit now.
Pretty good bit.
Okay, maybe now some IKEA dirt. Which is not dirt from IKEA. It's just dirt I've been keeping in an IKEA bag. Because I don't know.
Frozen table scraps.
Peppers, celery.
Cotton pad. Empty.
Empty.
What is it a jar of?
Cat hair and Julie hair.
Come on, Mr. Worm.
You gotta get him with your hands.
I got him with this stick here. He's like, I thought I was gonna die, and now I'm in paradise. Now I'm in worm paradise, bunch of dead leaves. I'm gonna get to chomping. I'm gonna get to chomping that leaves as the icing on the compost cake.
A worm?
A worm. So this is kind of like our 1 week home audit. Made some changes. We're gonna try to help as best as we can.
Yeah.
And we'll keep going with this project and hopefully like get better at it as we go. So a lot of the research that you did, we will post links to some of the websites you looked at below. And I'm glad that me and you could solve the environment.
Yeah.
It only took
Or one-
it only took 1 week.
One tiny part. Do what you can.
Okay, bye.
Bye.